La ilaha illallah, ya ikhwani, has conditions. The conditions of La ilaha illallah are al-ilmu wal-yaqinu wal-qabulu wal-inqiyadu fadri ma aqulu wal-sidqu wal-ikhlasu wal-mahabba wathaqaq Allahu lima ahabba. There are the conditions of La ilaha illallah as in the poem of Hafid al-Hakami, rahimahullah. But I've summarized them for you in English. First of all, knowledge. Many people say La ilaha illallah, but they don't know what it means. Example, let's just say I stop a builder in the street, okay? And I say to him, mate, I want you to say something for me. Say La ilaha illallah. And he says La ilaha illallah. Did he become Muslim? No, because he doesn't know what it means. He just said it. Someone who hears it in a nasheed and just says it. Someone who, iyadhan billah, they use these things in music or something like that, and they hear it and they say it. It doesn't make you a Muslim. What makes you a Muslim is you have to understand what it actually means. Likewise, the fact that some of the Muslims say La ilaha illallah doesn't necessarily mean that they have truly entered themselves into Islam. They have to have knowledge of what it means. Secondly, they have to be certain. There's no point in me saying, well, I say La ilaha illallah because, and I've met some agnostic people like this. They say, we believe in God because let's just hedge our bets, basically. If we believe in God and He's true, then we're going to go to paradise. And if we believe in God and He's not true, we're not going to lose anything out. So we're just basically betting against it. So I'm not really certain that there is no God but Allah, but it's better to say it than not. And then no, you have to be certain in what you say. You have to have yaqeen. You have to believe that when you say La ilaha illallah, you're sure about it. You have to have acceptance. You have to accept what La ilaha illallah entails. It's no good saying La ilaha illallah, I know what it means, I believe it with certainty, and then I go and worship Jesus. That's not going to work because I haven't accepted what La ilaha illallah actually means. That it means that I have to abandon everything that is worship besides Allah, and that it means that I have to worship Allah alone. Submission. You have to submit to Allah and His laws. You can't say, yeah, La ilaha illallah, totally agree with that. I know what it means, and I believe in it with certainty. And I accept that I have to stop worshipping the idols, but I'm not going to follow Islam. I'm not going to follow any of the laws of Islam. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to, sort of implement anything in Islam. I just believe in La ilaha illallah. I don't believe in Islam. That doesn't work either. You have to submit to Allah, and you have to submit to the laws of Allah in Islam. Truthfulness. You have to be truthful when you say it. What group of people weren't truthful when they said La ilaha illallah? The munafiqeen, the hypocrites. They used to say La ilaha illallah, aminu wajha al-nahar, wakfuru akhirahu. Like they used to say, like Allah said in the Quran, they used to say believe in the religion of Islam, during the daytime, and then at the end of the day disbelieve in the hope لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ, in the hope that they will return back from their religion. So the munafiqeen, the hypocrites, they used to say La ilaha illallah, but they weren't saying it truthfully. They were lying when they said it. Sincerity. How many people say La ilaha illallah because mom and dad want them to say La ilaha illallah? Because if they don't, it will be shameful on the community, and all of the other things. That's not good enough. La ilaha illallah, you have to be sincere that the reason you're saying La ilaha illallah is not because you want to get married. That's a big problem with sincerity in La ilaha illallah. A lot of people enter into Islam and they say La ilaha illallah because they know it's the only way they can marry that girl. And that, again, we accept it from them because we accept La ilaha illallah from even the Prophet accepted La ilaha illallah from the munafiqeen. But we believe that if you die and you don't really have that sincerity, it's not going to be accepted from you. So don't get me wrong, if someone comes and says, I found this girl and she's Muslim, I want to marry her and I'm going to become Muslim, and you can see clearly that person doesn't have, it's got nothing to do with Islam, you accept it from them like the Prophet ﷺ accepted it from the munafiqeen. But you believe that inshallah, we need to develop their Islam until it comes a time when they are sincere for Allah alone. Likewise, a child, you encourage a child to say La ilaha illallah, even though they don't understand why or they don't understand the reasons behind it. A little 2-year-old says La ilaha illallah, they don't understand the reasons behind it. But that's okay. But as they get older, they develop that sincerity. The point is, before you die, you need to have that sincerity in La ilaha illallah. And finally, the love of Allah. And the love of Allah is the head of the bird that guides you. And that you only love Allah with the love that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala deserves.